Day 13 of Jump Rope Explorations, we're going to learn a new style of jump today. It's called the forward shuffle. It's fairly straightforward, nothing to worry about there. But I just want to make it a point now that hereafter, all of these new styles of jumps that we're going to do are in no particular order. They're just sort of part of what I would consider tier one or category of skill sets that you would add on as far as footwork or arm involvement. So as long as you've gone from the first three steps, 1, 2, 3, and you're proficient with that, after this, you could just start choosing whatever appeals to you. Go ahead and try them all. And remember that the more variety that you have under your belt or in your pocket, you could just pick and choose to add a extended workout or vary things up when one particular style gets too tiring after doing it for, an extended period of time. So, that's it. So let me show you the jump itself, or talk about the jump itself. The forward shuffle is basically a split stance of the feet in alternating fashion. So we're alternating the landing of the foot, but the rope clears both feet at the same time. So if we're doing it without the rope, it would look like this. That's it. And then from the side. Now, as you can see, it's a split stance, but we're not trying to split it up as far as possible or anything like that. We're also not going higher than we need to, so everything else about your form remains the same as before. And then the only kind of variation on this one you should feel under your feet is that the weight ends up staying more between your toes and the balls of the foot, so more towards the front of your feet. And feel free always to start with a few basic bounces when you before you switch and enter into a new style of jump. So with the rope, it looks like this. That's it. So you could just do 1 or 2 rotations at a time. 1, 2, and stop and reset. Or go to 4 and stop and reset. Do what works for you. Don't get if you trip up, not a problem, okay? Just keep trying.